So, you didn't finish grinding Festival of the Lost. You screwed up. Anyway, wrong movie. So, Festival of the Lost, it is over as of the Tuesday reset, November 11th. I hope you all enjoyed grinding Festival of the Lost for what little value you were able to squeeze out of it. But I'm here to tell you today, for those of you who have not stepped foot into Festival of the Lost, is there anything worth playing for in the next 3 or so days? And the answer, simply put, is not really, unless you really like Gunburn. Festival of the Lost, to me, has always been the weakest of the 4 seasonal events that we have gotten, specifically because it is a purely weapons-based event, because all of the effort going towards the armors goes towards the ornamental masks, which usually serve no gameplay purpose outside of the 2 or 3 weeks that Festival of the Lost is active. So you have to be looking at the weapons to determine if there's any actual value to be gained from playing Festival of the Lost on any given year, and more often than not, that answer is no, and Festival of the Lost is my least played event of the major 4. Some years we get weapons like Macabre, and then other years we get weapons like nothing else really. Nothing else really comes to mind as being a worthwhile weapon for Festival of the Lost. There was that one year back in, the beginning of the game where we were able to earn a catalyst and an ornament for Fighting Lion, but those days are long over. Besides the weapons, what else is there? Well, there's the Masquerade Cowl. It is actually a piece of armor we can earn this time, and it is not good at all. Now, to say it's not good is to quantify it in reference to its other contemporary helmets, being that it is a armor that can drop with the new tiering and stat system, but it doesn't have a set bonus. It technically has a set bonus. It has a set bonus that allows you to make it part of any other set in the game. However, this perk only applies throughout the duration of Festival of the Lost. So as soon as the event's over, you can no longer make it a part of any other set in the game. So you can get some relatively easy good rolls on a dead on arrival legendary helmet that can't fit into any of your armor sets. You can get 3 weapons, 2 of which are basically useless outside of the most niche case scenarios, and then we have Gunburn, which is genuinely one of the piggiest weapons I have ever had the pleasure of playing with. Gunburn is fun. I like Gunburn. It just kicks like an absolute hog. So if you can't get used to that, if you can't control recoil, if you don't want to run 10 billion stability on your gun in favor of range, Gunburn is not going to be for you. So besides that, what else is there in Festival of the Lost? Now, to take the most advantage of Festival of the Lost, you have to recognize that the rewards you're actually going to be getting from Festival of the Lost, most players aren't going to want, most players aren't going to use past, just trying them out one time, figuring out that they're bad, and then putting them away. So you have to look at yourself and say, okay, well, what actually is there in this event for me to grind towards to, justify even attempting finishing the seasonal track or getting the title? Well, Festival of the Lost, much like Solstice of Heroes, is a leveling event. Simple as. Bungie knocked it out of the park. They nailed it with the actual quantity of loot that you are getting from the actual Nightmare Altars of Sorrow. You're able to earn primarily the Smoke Jumper set. That's the one I've seen. Smoke Jumper set is a very, very good set. And you are getting a large quantity of loot just simply from grinding. Not only that, but you're actually able to turn the candy that you're getting from Festival of the Lost into things like other tier 5 armor, weapons. You can get some goodies like exotic ciphers, exotic engrams if you actually want those. So yeah, that is pretty much it. I'm not going to spend any more time talking about it. If you, the player, have not spent any time finishing grinding Festival of the Lost, I don't think it is worth it to actually grind for the rewards of the event or the title. I personally am not going to waste my time doing that. I haven't finished any of the Festival of the Lost titles since the first year that a title was available. That's how little I actually care about this event. But if you, the player, want to just power farm your way closer to 550, then this event is exactly it for you. But if you are already 550 and you don't actually have any of the items that you can get from Festival of the Lost, then I wouldn't waste my time. I really wouldn't waste my time with it. Go do anything else. So besides that, I want to thank each and every single one if you're watching. Let me know if you played Festival of the Lost. Let me know if you finished it. I'm curious to see how many people actually finished the title this year. Besides that, regularly scheduled programming coming soon this week. Shameless plug. I'm going to be going live some days. So, twitch.tv/TeamParagon on screen right now. And besides that, take care.